Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, Space Engineers. Welcome back to this space. It's a really good looking view right there. You believe this game's 13 years old? I am your host, Quantum Tater. Say hello. I'm about to take a damage. That's what I get for opening my thing. Now my arm is stuck like that, and I'm undulating. Last time on Quantum Tater Ball Z, we laid out some base, and we built the Von Welder. To which Chad said he's glad he didn't name it the Squirrel Welder, or it would take forever to get things welded up because of constantly getting distracted at every little thing, which is accurate. That's just my role as a person. He was saying that Bob was deleting stuff likely because the base wasn't powered. I think I accidentally just detached it, but you might be right as well. So to get build and repair, to play nicely, put a battery on it and get like one battery welded up and don't rely on the connector to power the whole base. So that's probably a good idea. Words of wisdom, if you will. We got a new commenter, Sarah Bray, Dub. I think it's Dub X, DU8BX. I don't know if that's a dub. I don't know. Anyways, they said they had the nav lights wrong, which, by the way, I corrected. I did correct, thanks to their input. But basically, the red was on the wrong side, and the right was on the wrong, and the green was on the wrong side. And it was said the easy way to remember it is port, as in the drink is red, so ports are red. I'm not a wine drinker, so I'm gonna take your word for it. And then the best way to remember that is there any port left? So red light, red port, left, as in to drink. Why is the rum gone? Etc. Etc. Pirate stuff. Lord Chaos said if the pirate's going to keep sending drones, it's time to build a little farm. Looks like they have your refined uranium and all the other stuff, so build a grinder pit and just chuck the corpses in. And what else? Oh yeah, and Clyde, I think I missed a comment that you said 2 episodes ago, Money. But he started a hydro fuel station on the moon, and drones kept coming. And then as soon as he got his defenses and stuff up, they kind of slacked off. And they also said he'd seen some people capture the weapon drones and use them as like outer space defenses and stuff like that, but he had not been able to capture one yet. And then he was saying, question away, me asking questions, question away, that answers are easy, right answers are sometimes hard. And then he said that I hope I can get the drones away from the wall of windows, which I did shorten. So I did some laying out stuff. I put in a little kitchen. I did some building off screen, or some plopping. I don't know. What on earth? We have a. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, why can I see through the asteroid, but I can't anymore, so we're good. Okay, it's not happening anymore. We'll zoom in on that in a minute. So I laid some stuff out. I got a little kitchen area, table. I built an airlock on this side as well as a stairway going down to the flight deck. All that is piped. That's gonna be for like probably a grinder or something like that. I also laid out some walls there. I got a couple of boards to put inspirational stuff up, and then I went ahead and went into here and I laid out the battery station. So I've got one battery up and running, but then I've got 2 batteries here, 2 batteries here, 2 batteries here. Just a little battery location, and it looks like I dug through the hole, so I might throw in some blocks to block that off. I added a couple of lights as well. So this is going to be our battery warehouse area, and that is what that looks like. So those are all the things that I've done. We're gonna get to welding pretty much right away. I'm gonna go configure Bob back to walk mode and weld mode because I believe I put him to grind to take care of all the crap. And then this is gonna be a bit of a different episode in that I have an idea. My thought is we're gonna get through some welding and do all the fun things. Put you back on walk mode. Grind if weld gets stuck, that's fine. Anyway, we're going to do a little thingy. We're going to see. So I've been designing off screen. I've been just like in creative. I've been building out some different types of warships, trying to, and even testing some to see kind of like what works. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I've not been successful at fighting the Factorum. I would say I'm actually the opposite of successful. And I don't want to use shields and stuff. I've already got these reinforcement blocks, which is why the grid looks like that when I hold the control button. Um, but I've designed a couple of ships, and we're gonna take a look at those, and then I was gonna finish out my last design, possibly in this episode. So that might be something I do if we get enough welding done, and I feel pretty good about it. But let's go ahead and get to welding. We're gonna go ahead and crank on the Bob. Bob, get to work. And Von Welder, you and I also need to get to work. Let's go. We are definitely burdened with weight. Oh, you know what? Real quick, let me make sure I've turned off my headlights so they're not messing with me. And then, yeah, we just got to go down here and start the weld process. I'm going to start probably on the outside, just as I feel like that might be the next best thing. Maybe I'll start up there. Oh, we are drifting. Tokyo drifting. You know, thinking about this as an interesting thing, I didn't even think about this, but I absolutely, because I'm not, there's no gravity, I can just do this right here, which is kind of comical. Let's go ahead and turn on the welders. Let's get to welding. Just gonna make sure we're not gonna crash into this guy. It almost looks like the forward arms are down. Anyways, welcome to the party, Sarah. I appreciate the comment. And yeah, I always struggle to remember that crap, like every single time. This is not the first I've had this issue, so your assistance in that space will be much, much, much appreciated. Um, all right, we've got these guys welded up. That's perfect. We're gonna step away. And now let's go ahead and go down and start welding stuff. I don't want to go too fast, but you know, get to cruising on this stuff. Hopefully Bob is being exceptionally helpful. If he's not, well, shame on Bob. Although is it surprising? Space Bob is not always, Malafor Bob is not always useful. So I really like this Von Welder. It's doing a good job for everything I need to do. I like that it welded this captain's desk first. Like what a strange little treat. That it's like, you know what? That's the thing I want to weld first. It's absolutely the most important piece of material here. So, but what can you expect? I guess you can expect whatever priority listing Bob welds for. I thought he did critical systems first, but I honestly don't have any idea. Um, and we are going to be a ways away. Why is this not welding up? That's actually suspicious to me. What on earth are the kitchen stuff made out of that I didn't put those parts in my bin here? And this little plant guy, you think it's got like it should definitely be getting welded if it's nope, it does not. Whatever those are made out of, I don't have the business for it. So that's okay. Oop, we didn't clear the seat. I'm excited to be getting this stuff done though, guys. So as I'm gonna do, we're gonna burn through all the materials I put in this bad boy, and then I'll catch you on the other side. That way you guys don't have to sit here and watch me do this. So cue some cool music, hopefully, or really lame music, depending on your taste in music and my taste in music. But I hope you enjoy. Hey, Data here. We're gonna take a quick detour with this unknown signal with our little Von Welder. It's working wonderfully, by the way. It is working exactly as I'd hoped it would. It's interesting that I have, well, it's not interesting at all, but I'm gonna take all these extra parts that I get from this thing and put it towards the base. Oh, I didn't realize I was almost out of hydrogen though. That's the fuel on this thing, and that's specifically for my internal fuel. No, that's fine. I was a little bit more concerned than I ought to be. Alrighty. Looks like the iceroid base is coming into view. And look how glorious it is. Go ahead and point these bad boys down. Turn the stoppers on. Come on, engines. Nope, we are going way too fast for all that. Alright, let's get back to welding. See what we need. I think actually we could probably do hinge neutral. Go ahead and get some stuff welded over here. I don't know how deep we can make these things weld to. Probably not. Oh, you know what though? That's a mistake because we were supposed to. Okay, back to the time lapse. Auf Wiedersehen. Alright, so far, so good. We are having a very, very successful amount of welding going on. Oh, and I just got delicious food delivered. It's like Christmas. If Christmas were just about food, well, Christmas is essentially about food, so I'm gonna say not if Christmas were about food, but let's go ahead and get this guy docked back. You know, I'd always heard the port left because port and left have the same number of letters, so I always knew that one, but the port being a red wine, and that's also probably pretty clever, and I just never, it's not something I ever thought about. All right, so we probably don't need more grids, but we definitely, if we're talking about base cargo, we definitely need probably some of these guys. That'd be good. Get glass welded up, and then we've got some of those. So steel plates is really the thing that we don't have. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. I got a phone call. And as you do, answer the phone when someone calls, sometimes. I don't need this. I do need that, though. Oh, man, is the assembler just not making stuff? Bro, prioritize. Prioritize. It's weird because you could chew through some of these things and you're taking forever. Anyway. There's a way, by the way. There's a way to, get the refinery going. Get that bad boy in there. That bad boy right there. Yeah, that'll be good. Anyways, there is a way to do something. There's a way to make Bob queue the list, so things it knows it needs to weld, it'll be like, oh, I got you, I'll weld that up. There's a way to do that. I have not set that up in the script, but let's get back to welding, do some more stuff. I knew we were going to be waiting on steel plate. I thought we might have enough. I don't know why I thought that. That was rookie mistake thinking we had enough, but we don't. So that's okay though. The world is not enough, according to James Bond. So we'll just get some welding done. All right. All right. So Bob is pretty much on the slow roll. We need to see. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna check priorities, and I'm gonna empty all this stuff out of this guy so that we don't have anything lingering. That's the one thing that about the having it unmanaged is that when I dock back up, none of it goes back into the pile. That's okay. Walk this guy down. Oh, press wrong button for that. And then wrong button there. Do this. We say this thing only, and then we do Malafor. I don't know that Malafor, it doesn't work that way, because I didn't call it the Malafor cargo. So large cargo container, there we go. Anyways, there we go, that's perfect. Alright, so yeah, let's go take a look and see what we've got. So this is all connected, which is beautiful. We need it to be. And green, green, green. Looks good right there. Let's see what. That's green, which tells me this is all connected. Beautiful. We're not processing any ice. This is not connected yet to anything in particular. If I go down under, hey, we got ourselves sort of a cargo lock. If we come down here, I imagine this is where a lot of the resources were going. I got a cargo access right there, which is great. How much can I see? Can I see any of this? Oh, well, obviously I can't do that, but could I do this? Hey, look at that. The assembler is neat. So this guy connected up, at least, to that point. Let's see if... Oh my gosh. Oh, how do I get out of here? Oh, you know what? This is going to be... We're going to do this to a 1 second delay. Because that is definitely gonna cause a problem. So this is battery room door. Yep. So, hey, this guy is he processing? He's not. So let's see if we can get to the ice. Or do we not have any ice? That would be crazy if we didn't have any ice. We don't have any ice? That means we chewed through a ton of ice. I'm gonna keep saying the word ice. Okay, so, oh, look at this. Batteries are good. We have got batteries up and running, so that means we have a couple left that haven't been finished yet, but that's okay. We have one welder there. Oh, we got both of those up. So now it's just a matter of getting some ice for those dear boys. And then we will be off to the races. So this thing should be set, that guy down there should be set to depressurize, which it is. Okay, what do we need? What are we missing? All these things. These are non-critical components. That's probably why they're not welded up. Hey, look at that. We have to add some pictures to these two guys. It's just some advertisement stuff. So far, it's coming together. Look at this. I don't know how I feel about the giant. I don't know how I feel about this yet. Are these connected yet? Because if these are connected, we should definitely be processing. So let's do this. Come over here. Let's say refinery. They are not connected yet. So they have not yet been hooked up, which is disappointing. But that's alright. We'll get to it. We'll get there eventually. So let's go grab ourselves the drill. Let's get the GDC and let's get some ice processing because that seems like the next best thing to be doing. That way we can let, one of the things we do need to do production-wise though, we need to come into the assembler and we need to say, oh yeah, it's already cooking. Go ahead and put that on the list. There's no reason to not knock these little things out while they're... Stop reprioritizing my crap, man. Yeah. Stop reprioritizing. That's what I think we need to do. Okay, let's get some ice. Where do we want to drill from? That's the question. I was thinking about we need a combat hangar because this is our like industrial. This is gonna be our industrial pad for like super drift mode over here. This is gonna be our industrial pad right here. So where would we put our combat side of things? Maybe we do a platform out to the right over here. And we just grind out a whole bunch of ice for that. That could be good. Like this like crevice, we could have it come across right here and I could just carve out a square. Or the alternative here, we would come around to the other side and drill ice on the other side of our asteroid so that we're not making our asteroid look ugly. Those things, I would like to clear this stuff up. The problem is if you don't get every second of it, you create a doom voxel and ruin your life. So I don't know that I want to ruin my life. As much as it would be funny for you guys to see me careen and crash and cry. Let's not do that. Look at all of the parts over here thanks to frickin' drones. Look at this. Look at all this crap we got here. This is all drone shrapnel. Ugh. Guys, these guys are killing me. Okay, let's yeah, let's get some ice real quick. We'll just do the holes that have already been started. So really it's on them, it's their fault these holes are here. And I can just clean up the holes a little bit so that it's not as unsightly. That's the plan. We're gonna make it not unsightly or something. Just fill up, I feel like we fill up one GDC chomper and we have effectively supplied the base with ice for a good long time. One of the things I didn't do, by the way, is put a survival kit on our base yet. I have not built that out. I was thinking about it, I just hadn't got there. So, we'll see how it goes. Pick you up on the other side when I'm done drilling the ice. Alrighty. Look at that. That's actually a better craft than the other guy, which that's not fair. That's not a fair comparison at all, is it? No, it's not. I don't think it is. You know, Bob's doing his best. I mean, Von Welder's doing his best. I can't even think. Who's doing their best? Everybody's doing their best. Except for Roseanne. Or Suzanne. Rosie? I don't remember. What did we name one? Rosie was one of them, I think. She was fine. She just, you know. The problem is, you know, it's interesting. So Bob is potentially game breaking, but he's not. I don't think he's game breaking in the way that like, oh, it makes the game super easy. Like he does take some of the manual labor out of stuff, but ultimately, like, it's not so much. Why is this antenna off? I don't understand. Shipping on, and it'll brought. Oh. That's weird. That'd have been terrible if I lost the ship. Alright, let's get over to the place over here. The beautiful thing about this, because all my reverse thrust, I can just do this bad boy right here. A little maneuvering. And then I can turn and burn, which is much harder to do if you don't have a reverse camera setup like this guy, because then when you turn and burn, you're having to fly with reverse controls or whatever, so I feel like this is the way to do it. Also, why is that ice marker way out there? It's not where ice is. Well, I mean, it is where ice is, but it's not where ice is. I don't know. There's a hole right there. Huh. Very interesting. Is it an actual hole? If that connects to anything, you know what I'm going to do? That's going to be like my escape hatch. If it connects to anything. I don't think it does. Bob should be working hard. We are sailing by. Still sailing, 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 sailing. It's going to be steel plates. It's always steel plates, folks. When you know there's a bottleneck, steel plates is the problem. 100% of the time. Oh my goodness. Please stop. Thank you. Let's see if this is all connected up. I hope it is, but I honestly don't know that it is. Guess we'll find out in a couple of seconds. This isn't how I would normally dock this specific ship, but it just so happens this is an easy... Oof. Okay. Alright, we need to change these lights up. They are too bright. And what do we think? A nice yellow? Hmm? Not that color yellow. Let's do like a 176. That's pretty good. And then we'll do a blink. We're gonna say 1.86. Not 186. That's not right. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I'm doing weird numbers. I just am. Blink length, we're gonna say 38%. We're gonna copy. Right now, we're gonna inset light. This is landing light. There we go. Landing light. Oh, that's right. Oh man. And then I'll probably want to rename those at some point, but that's okay. Copy, paste. I do love build vision. I think, I want to say in Space Engineers 2, they have something that's going to be very similar to build vision. So, perfect. Look at this, has gone pretty good. Let's see if we have... It looks like that's all piped up. Everything may actually be piped up. Look at that. Did we get all the way through? Oh man, that would be super freaking cool if we did. This is still, you know, not fully done, but that's okay. You don't need it to be. Let's see if anything is fully done. Can I cannot. Okay. So that is all not piped up yet, but it's coming. Coming soon. TM. I don't know how I feel about giant glass walls. I know with like, you can make the arguments like a plasti steel super high powered glass wall or something. Like maybe that's the idea, but it does feel very much like, hey, the void of space is out there and will absolutely murder your face. So it's hard to be like, yeah, glass walls, that's the way we do it. We got ourselves a little, what block is that? Oh, it's the, I know what block that is. And these are also not supposed to be whatever color this is. What do we think for an airlock? I think also like a caution yellow. We'll call this caution yellow. Copy, copy all. And then come in here, and this guy will also be copy all. There we go. All right, so let's take a little sit. What do we have? We got wide LCD panel. We're gonna do some sweet imagery. Let's take a look. Text and images. Let's see. Store. Not offline, that's not useful. And those guys in the software house, and then the other one, we'll do images. We'll do like cosmic coffee and all those fun things. Yeah, that clean cola is good. ROS, Industry of War. We want you. Cosmic Team. Thunder Fleet. There we go. Oh, you know what I need to do is then LCD I need to cycle. Otherwise it doesn't do anything. What is it? What do we cycle images? Image change interval? We'll say 3 seconds. No, 2.5. Same thing. There you go. Clean cola. Business. SE. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. You know what I need to do? I need to build an ATM. I don't have one of those here. But so we got a little kitchen area, like get your food, breathe a plant, have a sit down with your best buds. There's gonna be some walls and stuff, obviously. We got this guy here. This probably have a 2-second, not 23-second, 2-second close timer. And then in here, everything's going to be reversed. So like industry will be all whatever it'll be. I'm gonna go grab some welder stuff. I don't know what Bob's welding first, but I don't like it. I don't think. 18 steel plates. That is what we're always going to be bottlenecked on. Steel plates. It is the crux of all things. Can I get to that? I cannot. Oof. Oh, look at that. All right. So it's coming along, guys. It's actually looking kind of good. We got our pipes done. Let's go down into the hole. I thought the hole might be a great. Oh, that was weird. Why did that happen? The hole might be a good place for a gravity generator. In fact, that is what's gonna go right there. Do I have one of those on my bar? I don't. Gravity. Do I need the... What are these things I don't need anymore? This guy. Perfect. Hey, alright. The problem is now, this is going to be a thing we have to worry about. The problem now will be... that... Are we processing finally? Hey, we got ice processing. Hell yeah. Which means we're definitely filling those things up, which is great news. This stuff can be welded later. We don't really need that. Beautiful. I love it. I love that. I like this. Let's go over here. We're not fully piped yet, so you can't really do that. Bob is working his little heart out. You know what I need to do? I should probably build a, oh, what do you call it? I should probably build a, base Bob, right? Like a iceroid Bob. Iceroid Bob. Cool runnings. Iceroid Bob. There we go. Let's go down here. Perfect. Oh. And then you can jump up. And so if you, that way, if you run out of fuel, you can easily scale up. And then you're like, oh, I'm free. And come out of the hole. Alright, there we go. All stuff is emptied out of my inventory. Maybe. Alright, so Iceroid Bob, these guys should be closing. What do we think? We're going to say 1.5 second interlude. 1.5 second interlude. That way we got our nice little, like, vent. This is supposed to be evacuating air, and then you open this up. Like that. Same thing over here. It'll be the same way. I can go ahead and put this guy and say 1.5. And then what we need to do, though, the thing we don't have done, is we definitely need to set up power for this guy. I'm thinking we're going to go straight up from there and build a big solar plant. That was my initial idea. That I'll probably lay out off screen, and then me and Bob will weld it up on screen. But the next step, really, the next piece of the puzzle, besides going to get this here unknown signal, is to show you what I was working on and see about finishing off those builds. And it's going to be kind of a weird one. I don't do a lot of creative building on this. I think it's fun. I just don't do a lot of it, so. Grab all this crap that we don't need. We definitely, you are not wrong, Lord Chaos, in saying that I should build a trap for those drones so that I could collect all the steel plates. That is becoming very apparent that steel plates are going to be a, what's the word? They're going to become a commodity, is the word I'm looking for. But that's okay. That is okay. We will get there. I think it's looking good. I like the way, I like the station of it, I like the orientation. I think it's got good aptitude as far, or That's not out. Attitude? Attitude. Ooh. Or puller. Do we take on? We don't have a thing to pirate. We can't pirate. Stop asking, guys. You know better. And the other thing is, we don't have a freaking storage tank. That's unbelievable. I can't believe I don't have a. I have an idea. I'm gonna go put this stuff over here because we don't have a cargo container for this base, which to me is a little weird. Right? It's probably weird for you too, I assume. It'd be weird for me if I were you. And I'm not you, but if I were you, it would be weird. So, I'm assuming it is weird. Bob Malafor. That's his band, that's his, Bob Malafor is his band name. Oh, see, that's not connected, you see that? That means that it's not piped fully yet. That's okay. We're gonna go... I have an idea. We're gonna see about squeezing this guy into here, and we're gonna get ourselves a cargo container location. That I didn't... It's gonna do one cargo container in the back right here for now. I just want to get like this. I'm gonna collect some of this ice, and then I'm gonna, like, not collect some of this ice. Because we do need the ice, but I also don't want to sit here and just dig ice. So, pick up here in a second, and then we'll go do the next thing I wanted to show you. After I get this cargo thing laid out. At least I think I'm gonna get it laid out. We'll see what happens. Okay. We didn't carve it out the way I thought it was going to. That's okay. Oh, too fast. Nope, just fast enough. Okay, let's pop that guy there. So I was gonna get this carved out and place a big old thing right here, but this is a pipe and that, so it's not the right type of cargo thing. Let me see if I can get those built, and I'll see what I've got to work with. Ooh, that'd have been real bad. The other thing is we need to make sure that that's also producing. The moment it gets enough juice to produce, it needs to be producing. Yeah, so, okay. Because I was thinking, like, what are you? You're a piece of something. Okay, small steel tubes. Okay, and put that there, and then come on. There we go. All things successful. Because that's green, that means that's piped to something, has two end blocks. It's not disconnected and wild with rod. Aha! There is a thing right there. Okay, so my concern was that there wasn't an access out, but now I can absolutely carve that out specifically for a large cargo container, so we can get that done. I'm not going to do this right now, though. I think what we're going to do is kind of what I was thinking about doing next. Because if we look at the large cargo, it looks like this right here. And so if we drop it down, like, how's that scale against this guy right here? Give or take. Yeah, I don't want to do that yet. I mean, I do want a large cargo container, but I don't want to... I don't want to... That's what I'm afraid of right there, is that I will unevenly distribute this mass out. Bad Doom voxel. So if I do that, and then I can have it face this way. See, that's not connected to the thing that I want it connected to. I would essentially need to, like, I'd have to drill this out, and then a T-junction, but I need this kind of T-junction, and I have to change the color so that it's this, and then the T-junction needs to be faced that way, which that would work right there, and then I would do like that right there. And does that actually connect to the thing? Yeah, that's going to be a lot of... I don't think this is connected still. That's the problem. It's not connected still. So does it do it good? I've... Ah! So once it gets connected, that could be a whole thing. But until then, it's not connected, and therefore it cannot be a whole thing. So, we can work on getting it connected. Bob's working on stuff very diligently, but I was thinking if we could get the other assembler, I can't, that sounds like a weird word I just said. If we get the other assembler in to function, then we would say that we have, okay, we don't care about this word right there. If we get the other assembler functioning, then we can be on our merry way to producing stuff faster. We don't need the word container either, honestly. Like, cargo means container, I think. What do you guys think? Think that's accurate? It feels accurate to me, but who knows? I'm not a doctor. I mean, I could be, but I'm not. Could I have been? I don't know. That's a lot of school. Are you building anything, bro? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna queue up like a just mega transfer of these guys here, so that the moment this gets piped up, maybe it'll start producing. That's the plan. It's not working because it's not piped up, but that's okay. All right, so real quick, we're gonna pop over and we're gonna do a cut magic. The space tater is we're gonna do a spin around and we're gonna be like, and we're back. So okay, spin, ready? That was a terrible transition. Welcome to this unfinished mess. This is my test bed when I'm and stuff. So I was looking like, oh, I'm gonna build some ships. So I started like designing ideas, what it would look like. This guy's got some jump drive and stuff. Not even a flyable thing. I was like, what would it look like to do this?
Energy
and then
low.
I built this. I started to build this thing, and I was like, what does this thing look like? What is this? And like, I would have an internal cockpit like so, and it would be like a little survival kit thing right there. You got these exits in and out, fly it around. This thing is also not a complete ship at all, obviously. And I did build this guy. This, I don't even know. I don't remember what I called it. What did I call this? My dog is freaking out right now. Thanks to, I know exactly why he's freaking out. I called this thing the disc because it, well, kind of looked like a disc or an arrowhead. Anyway, I thought to myself, okay, let's make ourselves a very strong ship. So you can see it's reinforced in a lot of places. Has artillery up top, 2 assault cannons, Gatling cannon. Same thing on the bottom. Same treatment on the bottom. We got 2 assault cannons, heavy artillery back there. And I thought to myself, okay, this is going to be the ship I use to go to war. Docking on either side, and you pop down over here. Open up the door. It's everything's got a controller thing right here. This right, survival kit, cargo access. I even occupied it with ammo and stuff. And then you get in, and it's sluggish, like so. Oh, that's a terrible view. It's very sluggish, but it's got a lot of engines. I thought, like, oh, this could be useful. This could be a ship to be, like, because it's got angles, which means it would deflect stuff, but it's hard to turn. It's 1.7 million tons. So we built this guy, and it does alright, but when I went against the Factorum, I just got beat up. Like, just straight up beat to death. So And I didn't even fully name this. I called it the disc. I don't even think I put an antenna on it. I truly don't know. So the next thing I was like, I was getting frustrated. I couldn't get that done. So I was like, I'll build a large grid miner. So I built this. I think it's just called Large Boy. I don't know. Big drill. Inverse problem. It has a ton of gyro and like nothing too crazy. It's slow, but I made it to where it's using the cockpit from the Elite Dangerous thing. Apparently that's a mod I have installed that I don't utilize, but I put a screen out so that I could see things for prospecting, and so I made this thing to drill, and it's a drill ship. It'll drill things. It's possible. All good. All well and good. Has reverse camera. It's not fully set up, like in terms of doing anything useful. Like I did test to see how good it could drill at this size. Pretty good job. So I made this thing though, and I thought like, this could be a useful thing to have. So I have a large grid drill ship and feel better. And so yeah, and it's even got a little like walkway thingy so that you can easily get in and out of it as you dock. I'm gonna pick up this unknown signal real quick while we talk. So I was thinking, because I knew we were getting hammered by the stupid drone, so I was like, I need to build a combat ship, but I want one that like I designed and not one I just pull off the thing. Which the Pronoid, I redesigned somebody's ship to make the Pronoid, so I feel like that I was cheating and I wanted to build my own, and I had some ideas in my head like what it would look like and all these different things. Of course, I got nothing. Get out of here. Anyways, um, so I just teleported myself. By the way, if you didn't know, F8 gets you to spectator camera, and then if it's turned on, hit Control Spacebar, it'll teleport you, and then F6 brings you back to your body. And if it does teleport you and you're in a cockpit, it will teleport your ship with you, so I can like teleport the Malifaux around, etc. So this is kind of the first idea, and then I made this thing because the failure of the disc was too heavy, hard to maneuver. So I made this guy. Dual rail cannons up front with camera. It's got an artillery shell right there, and then Gatling guns, artillery here, Gatling guns. I think it's artillery, isn't it? What's assault? Are you also assault? You're artillery, and then we have assault on the bottom. It's heavily armored. It is heavy armored. It has a certain, shape, certain je ne sais quoi, if you will. I don't mind that sort of shape. It's a mix of hydrogen. The hydrogen thrusters are always only forward and reverse. Everything else is ion. Got a little back area here. You plop in, come inside. Full docking station or full hangar. I've got a bed for sleep, armory for boarding, survival kit, cargo access, controller, defense, and then obviously all I can see is the reactor here. But this one's a little bit more maneuverable, like not a whole lot more, but it gets the job done. It turns, it moves, and I did some testing and it wasn't bad. Like pirates wrecked shop. I did some pirate murder, did pretty good, but the problem is when it comes to non-pirates, pretty much a whooping. Just a straight whooping. Like the Factorum, nah. I couldn't get it, like it didn't like straight up get killed, but I had a couple of problems. The first problem was the rail cannons. I couldn't lock onto a target, which was very frustrating. And then I couldn't get the rail cannons to fire in series. They would only fire double. So I set them both on my bar to fire one at a time. So fire one, fire two, and that's how that kind of works. And then I did put a Bob on board, combat Bob. And I was thinking, okay, combat Bob will help me. And this is the Dagron. It was pretty good. Not the worst ship I've ever made. It's not the greatest. This one, for the size of the disc, it is underarmed. Heavily. Whoa, I'm upside down. Probably because the Dagron's gravity is screwing with me. But for the size of the disc, yep, that is exactly what's happening. So, oh, the Dagron's upside down. For the size of the disc, being the ship next to me, due to its size, it is heavily under armored. Like that's what, 2 forward cannons, an artillery on top and bottom, and then no side flanking weapons. So you can see like a little bit of a problem, nothing crazy. and then this one docks at the rear. So then I was like, okay, well, how do I need to make a thing that and I haven't tested this one at all, but this is my next iteration, and I call this the Elder Dagron, and it forward mounted 2 Gatling guns on the bottom, one on each side, 2 assault cannons, 1 artillery, same on top. I have not obviously finished it. Artillery, assault, 2 Gatling, and then two. What are these guys? These are artillery guns instead of rail. The damage for cost. It's got large ion thrusters for reverse and forward, plus we have these bays for hydrogen engines. The side thrust, we have 6, 3 on each side of ion, 3 on each side of hydrogen. Top, we have 4 down hydrogen, 3 down that. As far as bobs go, this thing has 3 bobs. Same thing on bottom. And I've made these access hatches. So you come in here, and you got an access. Hey, let me go in there, bro. Have these access hatches, and these are for all of the. There's bob access, and there's also all of our. What do you call these things? Access. It's got plenty of power on board. I don't remember how many reactors. I want to say a couple. Small boys. It has 2 jump drives. One is right in the midst of this thing, and I was just in the middle of building out our forward thrust. We have a jump drive located here, and then one back here. That's what it's going to look like, and then I will have a cockpit where you come in. We've got this right here. This is our gravity generator and our jump drive you can see access to, and our things right there. You know what I had to do? I'm going to do this now while we're talking. I'm going to do a reactor, light, panel. We're going to make like a green. It's going to be cool. It'll be cool. Q. Like a sickly green. Beautiful. So then when you got this in there, it's got that glow. That doesn't have an auto close yet. Cockpit is here. You come back here, you have access to cargo. You have a survival kit. It's going to be good. Come up here. Another reactor. Another thing there. Captain's seat. And then as far as maneuverability based on size, this is 300 tons more than the disc, but as you can see, it's got some chutzpah. It gets going well. It is going to have, I haven't set up anything, I haven't even done anything because I was still building it, but this is what I wanted to work on. I wanted to see what you guys thought of my creations. If we like the Dagron, we can use it for pirates, and then when it's time for the Factorum, get a little bit more resources, and then we build the Elder Dagron, which is what this bad boy is here. This is our Elder Dagron. And I haven't even picked a docking station for it, like which side it docks on, none of that stuff. I have not picked any of those things. Now I did, and this is a weird thing to maneuver. I feel like it pitches hard in the back. It also looks a little bit like a tiki face from the top. I'm just saying. Perk, bonus, not bonus, I don't know. You guys tell me. Is that a bonus? So, but we have gravity, which is great. We have doors, it'll be airlocked. So yeah, that's kind of what I was working on, and I wanted to kind of build out the engine structure, and I hadn't done that because, well, you know, I hadn't got back to it. So, and what I've been doing with the engine structure, I've been coloring it these colors, and then I'm using the corridor with light because I like the idea. I want it this way. Oh wait, can't do that. This way, this way, this way. And then I believe all these are already labeled, but they may not be. Are they? They are. And then we're just taking some coloring from the corridor light to kind of give the engines a hue. I like the way it looked. And I think I saw it somewhere. I think so. I saw somebody doing that. So we're just doing that. That's our thoughts. Copy and paste. And then I gotta go to the other side because I'm making sure everything stays fairly labeled. I'm trying to be responsible-ish. Should I ever put this on the page on the workshop, I want to make sure that things are labeled so you know where it's at. Even the gyros and stuff are like starboard side, port side, all that kind of stuff. So that's what I was thinking about. And I have this cool like thruster cowling I'm trying to get done, so everything's kind of hidden and done. It's kind of blocky shape, but I don't mind it. I tried to step down, so we've got our big boy on top, artillery step down, comes down to here, and it doesn't block a ton of access from that guy firing, and then they don't block a ton of guys from that firing, and then we are obviously reinforced on the top and the bottom. Doing those T-structure designs right there, making it look interesting. Anyways, so yeah, that's what I've been. This is how I thought I would build a cargo ship, is to, you know, think about. I didn't want to do all heavy armor. I didn't feel like it was necessary to do all heavy armor, but if, you know, if if it worked, and I think we're gonna need. What are we gonna need? We're gonna need probably a block there, and then. I think we had this guy like this. Oh no, we were gonna do it. I remember. We were gonna do like this. And that's gonna be out like that. So what do we think about that design right there? Like, I think it'll be a cool engine pass through. I'm trying to, you know, do something interesting looking, and so you guys will be like, oh, that's cool looking. I like the way you did that. I don't leave. I'm not a big negative space guy in terms of like armor. People like, I know there's a philosophy of like, oh, negative space armor is the way to, is the jam, if you will, but I don't think so. I think this is gonna have to be a different block. I think we're gonna have to go big block like this. I don't think it's gonna work. Well, the top one's not gonna work. What if we did that? How does that look? Like as a little like pointy boy? Oh, I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. And then this guy could just, yeah, I don't hate that at all. That's not bad. That's not bad. Let's finish that out. Let's go here. We need to do that block right there. That block there, and then that block there. And that gives us our engine cowling. Look at that. That looks cool. I dig it. And then for fun, we fill this boy here. We take that guy right there, that guy. We do that number there. And then we should be able to grab this. Put that there. And then if we grab the paint gun, I believe we still have silver selected. We don't. I had silver. That's what I was using is. Instead of gold, I thought I would do silver this time. So, give some reinforcement right there. Look at that. And how does that look? Oh, that looks good. And if we were really serious about it, what we could do, let's see if what that looks like. So if we were really serious about it, we could like bring this over so that, nah, I don't like it. I already don't like it. I was gonna say we could make a, almost like another pointy cow, like, well, let's just see what, we're in creative, why not, like, give it a test. Like Elmo, give it a few testicles. Tickles, guys? Keep it PG. It's a family show. I think. And then... bear with me. I have an idea. It's percolating. Percolating, still percolating. What do we like that? Oh yeah. Oh, that looks good. It's cool. It's got like a cool spiky vibe. little bit of jam to it. Let's see what's down here. Do we have, could we do the same thing if we wanted to for lights? I don't know if we want to. I like the top and the bottom having some delineation. And that guy doesn't stick up as low as the other guy. Like this guy's flat down here. So it wouldn't work, but we can. We can absolutely do this. And this guy has a large cargo container, a large hydrogen tank. Oop. So I think we definitely can do one of these here where we can go kind of chop out a section right there. And we're going to chop out a section right there. Too many points. And then we do the same thing where we fill the gap. And then switch to this. Paint, 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 paint. Get that done. Look at that. We have a forward section completed. Everything is, you know, there's some, obviously some blind spots where this isn't painted for some reason. And I don't think, I mean, so I'm not going to leave it gray forever. I think I'll change the colors up and stuff. But yeah, like from a, looks like a happy, like a little mustache. He's like, he looks like a Transformers, like 1984 Transformers, like Omnicron guy. So now, got a couple of hydrogen O2 H2 generators down here. I don't know how I want to knock out the docking station. I really don't know. I think part of me thinks, like, if we're looking at it from this angle here, we want, I would say we'd want to do like, we would want to do like that way so there's some space. And then give it a tail kind of thing. And then same thing up here. We drag this out over the top. And then maybe we have, I don't know, we're going to see. Maybe we have like, I don't like that at all. Let's see. We're gonna put this there, this there, this there, so I can do some subtraction here. I don't like the way that looks. It's too thin. It's too thin. I didn't like it. So then we do like, we don't need to add weight. We don't need to add weight. We could do this guy here, this guy here, and then there we go. And then, yeah, like that. That side profile, how's that look? Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I don't know how we're gonna close it out. Should we? We'll go downwards. I think is what we'll do. We'll do like I think we're gonna have to do it this way. We're gonna go blah blah blah. Oh, okay, so then if we did get that there, get that there, get that there. And I think we have, if we look at the system, I think we have enough battery juice that like, yeah, I can't, like, Oh. Would you... Would you look at that? Ignore those nacelle covers. No big deal. Nothing to see here. That didn't happen. Nobody saw a thing. I'm guessing that was a result of that right there. So what we'll do... That's kind of funny. Copy all. 5. I like it this way so that copy, paste. Sometimes I wish there was like an indication like, oh, hey, you detached a bunch of shit. Like, that'd be a neat little thing maybe. What do you guys think? I think that'd be cool. Yeah. So you guys have helped. You've already helped me by giving me this cowling right here that I frickin' love. Okay. If I don't do it now, I'll never do it. So that's why I'm doing that on stream. Alright, I like the way that looks. I kind of like this looks. This is... We need to armor this in, and I'm thinking the way we do that, we just, like, tried and true, simple. Just make sure it's armored. To me, that makes the most sense right there. Just have it fully encased and then slightly protected at least. And then I don't know what we're gonna do with that. I don't know where we're gonna dock out of. I don't know if I want to have a, because if I stick a thing out, if I stick the docking hole right there, I could do that, or I can bring it down from one of these guys over here. Not really sure, but that I think is gonna wrap. I think, man, oh, that's we're an hour in. That's crazy. I have overextended my whatever I've overextended. I haven't overextended anything really. But yeah, guys, that's kind of where we're at. That's what I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to show you the Elder Dagron. Okay, it's got a little like face on it. I think I'm not gonna even test this, guys. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this built. I think my plan, we finish the base up, we get this built, and then we go to war. We take on some pirates first. If we do well, then we just escalate and we keep taking the fight to the man. If you guys enjoyed this, you know what to do. Like button, subscribe, bell notification. You've heard it before. I appreciate all the comments, especially even the ones that correct me. Sarah, thank you. And it'll help me remember. I'm gonna do my best to remember this port red left thing. That's good stuff. I never thought about it before, and now that I've been told that, I'll probably stick with it for the rest of my life. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this. As always, I appreciate everybody's time, and I will catch you later, taters. Let's see if we can wave. Oh, I'm shocked. We can't. All right, guys. As always, be kind. Bye.